The run begins. Eala arrived in Toronto carrying something special. Momentum. Just days earlier, she had captured the biggest title of her career in Washington, winning her first WTA singles trophy. Instead of celebrating for long, Eala had to quickly turn her attention to another demanding tournament. Toronto was next, and the question was simple. Could the fearless Filipina keep the winning run alive? A champion's momentum. Winning your first WTA title changes everything. The confidence rises, but so does the pressure. Eala entered Toronto knowing every opponent would be dangerous, yet she played with the same belief that carried her through Washington. She wasn't simply trying to win another match. She was proving that her breakthrough in Washington was not a one-week miracle. Toronto calling. Toronto brought a completely different challenge. A bigger tournament, a deeper field, and some of the best players in the world were waiting. But Eala had already shown she belonged on this stage. Her game had become more aggressive, her movement sharper, and her confidence unmistakable. The Filipina wasn't arriving as an unknown anymore. She was arriving as a champion, keeping the streak alive. Then came Alycia Parks. Eala kept the momentum from Washington alive, stepping onto the Toronto court with growing confidence. The pressure was rising, but so was her belief. Another victory meant another step forward. These wins were no longer surprises. Eala was showing that she wasn't just a champion from Washington, she was becoming a genuine threat on the WTA tour. The toughest test. Then came Caty McNally. It turned into a battle that demanded everything from Eala. The match went 3 sets, and neither player was willing to surrender. Eala had to dig deep, especially when the physical demands began to take their toll. But somehow, she kept finding answers. She eventually won 6-3, 5-7, 6-4. Then came the ankle problem. But there was a frightening moment during that battle. Eala appeared to tweak her right ankle or foot, forcing her to deal with discomfort while continuing to compete. For any tennis player, that can change everything. Suddenly, every movement becomes a question. Every change of direction hurts. But Eala refused to let the problem decide the match. Fighting through the pain. This was no longer just about tennis. Eala had to manage the physical discomfort while still thinking about every point. She had to serve, move, defend, attack, and trust her body. And despite the setback, she kept fighting. She found a way through McNally and reached the next round. The winning streak continued. 7 straight. That victory was significant. Across Washington and Toronto, Eala had now put together 7 consecutive match wins. Think about that for a moment. She had gone from chasing her first WTA title to winning one, then immediately carrying that confidence into another major tournament. The streak was becoming a statement. Eala was no longer waiting for her breakthrough. She had arrived. Waiting in the round of 16 was Belinda Bencic, a former Olympic champion, a proven WTA star, and an opponent with the experience to handle pressure. For Eala, this was another opportunity to test herself against one of the game's established names. But there was another question hanging over the match. How much was that ankle still affecting her? Tennis is often described as a battle of skill, but sometimes it becomes a battle between the mind and the body. Eala had already pushed through a difficult match against McNally. Now she faced Bencic while carrying the physical effects of that previous battle. Every sprint mattered. Every recovery step mattered. And against a player like Bencic, there is nowhere to hide. Eventually, Bencic ended Eala's Toronto campaign. The result was disappointing, especially after the incredible momentum Eala had built. That this is where the story becomes bigger than one loss. Bencic stopped the winning streak. She did not erase it. She did not erase Washington, and she certainly did not erase the progress Eala had made. Look at what Eala accomplished. She won her first WTA singles title in Washington. She immediately traveled to Toronto and continued winning. She survived a 3-set battle with McNally. She fought through a physical issue. She reached the round of 16, and she finished with 7 straight match victories across the 2 tournaments. The most important change may not even be the trophies or rankings. It's belief. Eala now knows what it feels like to win a WTA title. She knows what it feels like to beat pressure. She knows she can survive difficult matches. And she knows she can compete against the best. Those lessons stay with a player long after a tournament ends. For Filipino fans, this run was another chapter in an extraordinary journey. Eala didn't need to win Toronto to make people proud. She showed courage, resilience, and determination. She kept fighting, even when things became uncomfortable. And when the run finally ended, she walked away with something much more valuable than one more victory: experience. So yes, Belinda Bencic stopped Alycia Parks in Toronto. But that isn't the headline I would remember. The headline is that Eala arrived as a WTA champion and left Toronto having won 7 consecutive matches across 2 tournaments. She battled through adversity, fought through physical discomfort, and kept believing. The run ended. The momentum did not. Eala's Toronto story wasn't about an undefeated tournament. It was about discovering what she is capable of when the pressure rises and the body says stop. Washington gave her the breakthrough. Toronto gave her another test. And together they created something powerful. Proof that the fearless Filipina can belong among the world's best. Every winning streak eventually ends. Every champion eventually loses a match. What matters is what happens next. Eala now has the experience of winning a WTA title, fighting through adversity, and competing deep into another major event. The next challenge is already waiting. And if this run has taught us anything, it's this: never count. Alycia out. From Washington to Toronto, Alycia showed us what resilience looks like. 7 straight victories, a first WTA title, a difficult 3-set battle, a physical setback, and finally, a loss to Belinda Bencic. But this wasn't the end of her story. It was another step forward. The fearless Filipina is still rising, and the journey is far from over. If you believe Alycia's best days are still ahead, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Her Toronto run may be over, but her journey is only beginning. Keep believing, keep supporting, and let's keep watching the fearless Filipina rise.